How's everyone doing today? Shankar PI here. Today we're going to look at the Bitcoin chart as well as other charts to see where we are in the market, as well as news that's been happening in the last month. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Alright guys, so this is a Bitcoin chart. So as I've said in the last videos, these were the lows here that we were looking to maintain above. The fact that we've maintained above this low still shows us that we are in an uptrend. So until this low is broken, we are still in this uptrend. We've made a high here, a higher low, and have made a higher high here. So if we pull our fibs from point A to B here, we are, can have a reversal right here around the 61.8. But let's see what happens. As it looks now, Bitcoin on the daily is bullish. But when I mean bullish, the most is we're consolidating. For us to keep heading up, we really want to break above this resistance zone. But as we look at the market structure, we have been maintaining higher highs and higher lows, and we're just in this consolidation period, right? So that's for Bitcoin, guys. And realistically, if you guys are in the market right now, keep DCAing in. It's a great opportunity to buy. This is a demand zone here as well as support. So we're probably just going to be fluctuating in this area until we get a breakout, right? Let's look at the S&P 500. So now at the S&P 500, guys, what we're looking at right now is we have been in this uptrend for a little bit. So, we've been in this uptrend. We've been up about 27% from the low. But currently, if we look at the S&P 500, what do we see here? We see a low, and the lower low formed here. And we have this bearish engulfing candle here on the daily, which does indicate to me that we could maybe have a leg lower, right? So we want to consider that that the S&P can break lower, and that makes a lot of sense as we have gold here just rocketing up this whole week. And this is really because of a part of it has to do with the news that came out with the war over this weekend, right? So gold shooting up shows us that, okay, we are risk off for the moment. So when gold is moving bullish, we can anticipate the S&P 500 to start moving bearish, because it is the S&P is a risk on asset, right? While gold is a risk off asset. So that's just something to consider. Now let's look at the USDT dominance. Right now, the USDT dominance again just shows us the flow of altcoins, shows us the flow of the money between cryptocurrency and stable coins. So we are, in this consolidation area and looks like we're heading higher to this resistance. So we're heading to this purple resistance up here. But inside the price action, you can see that we've been making higher highs, heading higher. So when the USDT dominance does increase, this is bearish, or, for us looks like, altcoins and Bitcoin can be heading lower. So you just want to keep that into consideration as you are trading and DCAing in, is that we would like to see a break below here for us to say, hey, we feel a lot safer getting into altcoins and Bitcoin. But as this keeps consolidating upwards, Bitcoin will either consolidate or can head lower, right? So after that, let's look at the Bitcoin dominance now. So the Bitcoin dominance, we can see, and as I've said in the last videos, is we are still making higher highs and higher lows. So the Bitcoin dominance making higher highs, higher lows indicates to us that it is still not time to get into altcoins, right? We have the halving in about a year. But as it currently stands, it's not necessarily the time to get into altcoins at the moment. So that's just something that you guys want to pay attention to. If you are YOLOing into altcoins, I personally to increase your probabilities, you want to at least see something where it's coming down, the Bitcoin dominance is coming down substantially to increase your odds. And right now the market structure is just still looking bullish. We have right here to look at as a resistance, which we're getting back to that area. But if we break above, we can see altcoins against getting slapped down as well. So this would be the next area of resistance, and if we break above that, we're going to be looking at 59% for the Bitcoin dominance. And then once we start heading down and we can see a market structure like we saw over here in 2020, January 2020, 2021, that's when we can start actually going back into the altcoin market. But just as of now, it's really, to me, it seems a bit more risky to actually YOLO a lot of your capital into altcoins, right? So that's for that. So now I wanted to take a look at today, guys, is the mortgage rates and interest rates. So a lot of individuals have been looking at the have purchased a house. They're hoping that interest rates will go down, and hopefully they do. I really don't know what will happen, but if we just look at this 30-year fixed rate mortgage average in the United States, you can see that since the 80s we have been heading down. And currently, if we look at where it is right now, this is 2020 to 2022, where we had this cash was free pretty much, and then we had this massive spike up. And if we look at this chart, it looks like we're still going to be heading higher. We broke this high, so we could have a pullback. We could have some type of pullback, down here and then head higher. But as it looks currently, it looks like we're actually going to be continuing to head higher with the interest rates. And unfortunately, if you're in Canada, because Canada doesn't offer 30-year fixed mortgage rates, when it's coming to refinance, a lot of individuals will be refinancing at a higher rate, may not be able to qualify. So as interest rates come up, the prices for property may actually start to come down, because in the next 1 to 2 years, I would say 2019, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 2024 and 2025 is when we're really going to see real estate, what is going to happen, because especially in Canada, that's when a lot of renewals are due in 2025 and 2026 and 2024, between 2019 and 2020. So if you've refinanced your house, to pay bills, everything is going to be due next year, and will you be able to afford the new interest rate? So you really want to be careful of that. And next year, a lot of people do not know what is going to happen, but a lot of individuals think it's going to go down. But as we look at this chart, for me, it looks like we're actually going to be continuing to head higher, right? So keep that on your radar, guys. If you're looking to purchase and get into a property, it's probably a good opportunity for you, because you'll be able to find distressed buyers in the next 12 to 24 months. All right, so let's look at the total 3. So total 3 is just the altcoins, and like I've said, guys, it's not really time to get into altcoins for my perspective. We do have, we're just really consolidating at the moment. Nothing else is really happening. We're just consolidating right here. We're if we break below this, we could even head lower with altcoins. Who knows what's gonna happen? But we are on this strong resistance support from 2017, 2018 of January. But yeah, it's really just consolidation. We're waiting for the Bitcoin halving, and we really are just gonna bring out this chart right here for the BLX. And the BLX currently, guys, we have we're still in accumulation, right? So this is what we're looking at right here, and this is accumulation. Bad news about the asset class. You're slowly getting a couple good news coming out now. Where a lot of investors are saying, you know, Bitcoin's the future. It's just a cycle, right? So right now we have Sam Bankman Fried. They're doing the trial. And a lot of people are paying attention to it, just like back here when they were talking about BitConnect in 2017, in 2018, and 2019. You know, and the price was rallying. So that's kind of where we're at right now, guys. So, you know, my price, I don't want to say prediction, but, you know, just what we're looking at is, you know, I'm not really looking for, we're going to reach more than 120K for the next cycle, you know, and then next year, 2024 in July, that's when maybe we'll start having the run up again and the Bitcoin cycle and the altcoin season again. So that's definitely something that we can anticipate, right? So just keep these things in mind, guys. I mean, yeah, so just keep these things in mind, and I'll just kind of squish this down a little bit. Maybe I'll publish this on TradingView so people can see it. And we are getting close. You know, altcoin season will be coming shortly, and we have been looking at coins to invest in. You know, a lot of individuals are talking about Solana, but realistically, guys, this whole market is just a hype cycle market, and you really want to just keep in mind is like Solana, why does it have to, what's gonna pump it for the next cycle, right? Why did Solana pump this cycle? Solana pumped this cycle because of Sam Bankman-Fried. Sam Bankman-Fried was the one that was buying tons of Solana, and a lot of people were getting on board with it. And then the narrative of layer 1s and layer 2s started taking off. But, you know, Sam isn't here, so I don't see why Solana would pump in the next bull run. As we so cut off a bit there, consider that while you're trading and investing. So just to finish off the video about Solana, a lot of these coins that you're seeing in the mainstream that people are posting on YouTube are not going to be the coins that are going to be doing extremely well. Finishing off with Solana, is the reason why it pumped so exponentially is because Sam Bankman-Fried had a lot of money behind it, and a lot of VCs were pumping it. So you want to consider that when you're getting into new coins, that these companies, VCs, and individuals are no longer going to be investing into Solana or the previous hype coins. So you got to look for the new ones and new individuals that are going to be kind of like Sam Bankman-Fried in the next cycle. So in the next 12 months, it's going to start it's going to be revealed who are the individuals that are going to be putting a lot of capital behind these projects. So keep this in mind, guys, because XRP, investing in XRP, it's not really going to move the needle because it's been in the market for so long and it's a mainstream coin. So how much money do you think is really going to go behind it now? The hype for XRP is kind of over. So keep that in mind as you are trading, investing, and just getting into the crypto market. So tune in next time, guys. We're gonna keep posting, gonna keep showing you guys what I see in the market, and just more of a technical basis and no hype, because the worst thing that these cycles do is it takes the emotion from you, your emotions, it pulls the emotions out of you, and then you can't really make good decisions. So equip yourself now and understand that this is a journey. Crypto market is extremely small. You have a long time to get good at this skill and actually profit exponentially in the next 10-20 years. So don't even worry. This is going to be here. You're super early. Even if you're not early, you're still early, because look at these stocks. When the market started going crazy, they started 10xing, and these companies have been around for 10-20 years, right? So consider that. Enjoy your day, and I'll talk to you in the next one.